Hey traders, Brian here with another video on our Optimus version 6 alpha. It's another refinement to Optimus, my NASDAQ entry chart mechanism. So the purpose of this video, I'm calling this like installment one of at least 3 to 4 more installments. So again, this video here is installment one where I am going to focus on the higher time frame John Wick setup, bullish and bearish setups, and translate those higher time frame setups into entry chart favorable characteristics for trade location. So in the end, you'll know when we're finished with this, you'll know how I use Optimus in the higher time frame, where my eyes go to make the trading decisions. So before we go any further, this is how I did it. So I just took the John Wick higher time frames and created a little matrix. So for the bullish John Wicks, this is where my eyes are looking, and it looks like a lot. It's not. It's really like a millisecond. All you need to do is just, when you know what you're looking for if you like this approach, then you know these things right here come very, very quickly. And we're just going to focus on the higher time frame John Wicks, where these two specific characteristics for the bullish and the bearish look like this. We're not going to go into any other deviations, because if a John Wick looks different than a bullish John Wick looks different than these two characteristics, we're bypassing it. We're just going to let it go. Same thing for the bearish. If a bearish John Wick starts forming and it looks different than what I have listed here with these two potential scenarios, then we're just going to bypass it. All right, so I will make this little matrix available in the room, and I'll just read the summary for I'll read the summary for the bullish, and it's the opposite for the bearish. Okay, so the most reliable higher time frame John Wick trade characteristics for the entry chart appear to be the presence of a B4 up triangle prior to the pullback, blue bars prior to and throughout the pullback. Again, this is on the entry chart. A blue trend magic line, no white down arrow during the pullback. I'll explain this when we get to the charts. The B4 panel column remains blue throughout the pullback, and the color sequence for the volume difference indicator remains blue throughout the sequence. All right, so that's kind of the summary right there, and these are the two of the best characteristics, and we're going to go through these, a couple of these, just so you get the idea. All right, so the indicator settings for the things that are important here. I'm not going to go through all the codes I have for Optimus to color everything, to put everything. I'm just going to, if you want to replicate this with a non-markers version, then you can do that. So the trend magic, the center line is set for an ATR 3.6. The B4 V3 U1 is MACD set to 5, 21, 72, 89, and 2. And then the fib super trend length is set to 27. All right, the volume buy sell momentum indicator is set to 216, and the rest are defaults, 14, 8, 14. I'll make the volume buy sell momentum indicator available inside of my indicator channel in the room as well. All right, so the opposite for bearish trades is in effect. You know, whatever I set up here is just the complete opposite. So we'll go through these, and that way you should be able to get a very good idea of what we're looking for John Wick setups. All right, now I've over the course of the last 3 to 4, 6 weeks, I've refined Optimus. Optimus is on the right-hand chart. Higher time frame is on the left-hand chart. Higher time frame is 36.6 Ninzarenko bars. Entry charts 22.4 Ninzarenko bars. All right, you see a lot of arrows on the chart. The arrows are just entry modules. That's all they are. Each of these arrows correspond to one of these entry modules up here. So I have a one close entry, which is lime and yellow, lime up, yellow down. I have a three close entry method. The arrow is green for up, magenta for down. I have a buy sell entry, which is shown by a diamond, blue up, red down. And the BS buy sell is part of the B4 indicator, set to a specific length. The Momo entry is a black up arrow, a white down arrow. Okay, so here you can see the one close, lime up, the three close, green up, the buy sell, blue diamond, and we don't have a black. We have the black here. You see where the bar turns blue, that's where the black. That's just the entry module where everything lines up. All right, for the down sequence, we have yellow for one close down, magenta for three closes down, red diamond for whenever the buy sell fires. And then you have the white down arrow for whenever multiple things come into confluence. So this is the start of when that white arrow pops for the first time, which popped back over here. It's telling you a potential trend change is in effect, okay, to the downside. So let's talk about the color codes, because I have the bars colored a specific way to represent things I'm looking for that make sense. Again, everything is in context and lined up with setups that I've characterized over here on the higher time frame. So and the reason I use the lower time frame is I can manipulate, when I get in and cut my risk down if I'm wrong, versus trading over here on the higher time frame. So there's no right or wrong way to, if you just decide you like the setups, you're just going to trade on the higher time frame. There's nothing wrong with that at all. So but anyway, let's talk about some of the concepts here. Okay, the first key concept is, wow, nothing but just an uptrend. All right, the first major indication you have of a potentially major trend change for the bullish side is the black up arrow and the bars turn blue. So whenever that bullish condition is in effect, the bars turn blue. Now, when they turn silver and you do not see a white indicator and you do not see red bars, the bullish trend is still in effect. So we have more bullish trades. See here, the bars turn silver, but they never turn red. So it's just pullbacks in this big trend right here. Okay? So this, even though this market just continually gyrates left and right, it never flipped you short on this entire jittery, jagged up move. Now we start flip-flopping. White arrow down, potential trend change. Turns silver, red, silver. Now it turns back blue again. Okay, so now we got to wait for potential, see if we get setups on the bullish side. But now the NASDAQ's just doing what the NASDAQ does. Now it's flip-flopping. Red, silver, blue. Blue, silver, and there we go. Now we're starting to get the uptrend again, which there was a chance to take some points out of that. But then you get the white arrow, the red bar's down, and there she goes. So this is really what we're looking for here, is for the NASDAQ to get locked in on one of these moves so we can get our points and get out. All right, so that's how the color sequence works in this. You see blue, it turns silver. You're going to bet, especially when certain characteristics, which I'm going to cover in a second here, unfold, you're betting to the long side. All right, now we're only going to focus on higher time frame setups. So that's a little bit about the bar color. Now you'll see here the center line, fixed center line here is the Trend Magic 3.6 ATR. All right, that's another key component. Don't worry about these other lines right now. The other component is the B4 V3 U1 indicator. It's down here. So this panel represents the fib super trend breakout modes. So when it's red, potential bearish mode, blue, potential up, but we gotta have things combined to make this more accurate. So that's why you see a lot of these bars are silver. I've got the bars set to go silver when all of these conditions are not in alignment. All right, so the B4 V3 U1 is integral to everything I've got going here, which ties in over here on the higher time frame. And then the final component is this in the lower pane, the volume buy sell momentum indicator. All right, so I've been working on the bar colors for weeks, trying to get the right combo that makes sense over here on that replicates what we're looking at on the bullish side. I've been looking at this volume buy sell indicator. I really like certain characteristics about it, so that's why I included it as part of the quantum soup that we've got mixed together here. So now let's just look and pull these together, and again we're just looking for these characteristics. I'm just going to go through bull first and then bear, so that way you get the hang of where my eyes are, what they're looking at. Because if you just if you're looking at these arrows, you're looking at the wrong thing. The arrows have absolutely nothing to do with you anticipating the setup. You could use it to study afterwards. It's a good tool to look at to study afterwards. But yeah, for my own personal preference, I don't look at the arrows while I'm trading, because again, they're just entry modules. I already know on the setup over here how many bars I'm waiting to close in a certain direction over on the entry chart. So I'm looking at this and toggling. Do I want a 1-3 buy sell entry? What do I want? And that all depends on the type of setup. All right, so we're going to start with bullish. And did I move that? I can't. So we're just scanning. Okay, so here's a flip. Here's a John Wick. So what I want you to look at is right here, blue on the pullback for the bars. Trend Magic is blue. Panel is blue. Volume is blue. Okay, so in this deep blue section right here on the volume, this pullback here, you just want to get in on the first close up, first or second close up. Okay, I'm going to start trading. I have been leaving my stops at about 50 ticks, but based on all the research I've been doing for the last couple of weeks, I'm really going to start getting out if this thing goes 2 closes against me. Just go ahead and cut it. If it reverses, I'll jump right back in, because I know the extensions. You know, it's a high probability system, and I'd rather not set through big pullbacks in the NASDAQ. This thing can punish you severely. You know, if you give it enough rope, it's going to take it and run it. Like this right here is still bullish, but I mean, you think I want to set through, you know, if I got in on this trade right here and held and then suffer through that, what was that, 20 some handles of pullback under my entry right there. Yeah, I don't want to hold under 20 handles. It never works out for me. It never reverses and goes back up. 20 handles turns into 50 every time for me. So anyway, that's where we put our eyes on this one. So let's go back and find another bullish. I'm not cherry picking, I'm just coming to the... Okay, here's another one right here. Look, same characteristics. That's what I want you to get accustomed to. That's the John Wick here. Blue bars pullback. TM is blue. Panel is blue. Volume buy sell is blue. It's deep blue in the pullback. You want to take that first or second close up. Okay. Here's another one that would have shaken me out. I would have gotten in, probably up here, and would have been out at the low. I would have gotten back in right here and hopefully would have gotten my money back plus a little bit more going to the upside. So you can set your own stops over how you want to. I've traded this so much, and I know the luck factor that seems to roll my way. So I've decided to just, I'll take a small haircut and then get back in again. All right, here's another John Wick. This one happens to be right on the VWAP. A beautiful trade. I mean, look at this right here. It's these are just gorgeous. The entry chart, blue. It's blue on the pullback, blue panel, blue trend magic, blue volume momentum, deep blue here. Get in first or second trade. I'm going to come out on the second close down if I don't get what I'm looking for. Okay. I'm trying to find one where it's blue, silver. Yeah. So I'm only looking over here at bullish John Wicks. I'm not looking at these. That doesn't qualify. Even though on the entry chart it qualifies, it doesn't qualify for me in a bullish. This one right here, because we're still showing bullish tendencies over here on the higher time frame. So I'm keying off of this. Here's another one. I think you've seen enough of these. You got the hang of it. So blue on the pullback, blue trend magic, blue panel, deep blue there. Get in first or second candle up. All right, I'm just going to jump right in here to bearish. Here we go, bearish. We come down, we close, we get back up and test that. So look at this. It's red on the pullback. Trend magic lines red, red panel, red volume thing. You want to take first, second, close down. And all I'm doing is I'm toggling these. That's all I'm doing right there. I'm just toggling whichever one of these that I want to do. And again, today we're just focusing on the John Wicks, the bullish and bearish John Wicks. I'm not talking about the B4 jiggles or the BLT trigger line trades. Those are installment 2 and installment 3. So that all we're doing is talking through John Wicks. Here's another one. So we're red on the pullback, trend magic's red, panel is red, volume is red, dark red here on the pullback, first, second, close down. We just want to wait for these. That's all we want to do. And quite honestly, it's what I'm going to try and do next week, is just focus on these trades right here for all the funded accounts. Yeah, I'm really trying to find. See, there's another one. You should just be able to look at that now. You know what you're looking for. Here's one that probably didn't work. Yeah, let's talk about that. This is a beautiful one here. Definitely, I would take that. We're red. We pull back. Everything's trend magic line is red. Red here. Red down there at the volume indicator. And first or second close down, I would be out, probably the second close up. That's where I want to get out. So that's one that would not have worked. Here we go. This is one right here. So this is a valid trade, and it's opposite for the bullish. So you see, we get red, we turn silver. Trend magic line is red. This is red. And we go from red, blue, and then when the close down happens, we go back red again. So when this happens here, I want to toggle the Momo entry. because I already know as soon as what's causing this to go silver is that this up move in the volume indicator flipped from less than 0 to greater than 0. But everything else is still negative. So this white down arrow, all I'm doing, I'm not saying, oh yeah, what I want, white arrow, what yellow arrow, red. No, I already know that because I know the system, I just want to toggle the short right here because I know that either that or the one closed down. Either one of those when that happens. So red, silver, and you just want to toggle the one closed down. Or you can take the Momo entry down. We're not going to talk about this because this is a BLT trigger line trade. That's in installment 3. We're not going to talk about this because that's a B4 jiggle on the higher time frame. That's installment 2. Yeah, that doesn't fit the bill. Here's one. Right. Yeah, that would probably fit the bill right there. So again, this one I would have lost on. Red, silver, red. You want to get in first, second, close down, and I'm out on the second close up. Okay. Still trying to find you the bullish blue, silver, blue. Again, another one. You should see these. These should just be jumping right out at you. Blue, blue, blue trend magic, blue panel, blue volume moving average. And again, you can set this up on the non-markers version. I can't replicate the non-markers version to paint bars. That's because that's code, and I'm not savvy enough on NinjaScript to build that in right there. So, but let's see. I don't want to take too much longer here, but I think you got the gist of what we're looking for. Blue, 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 blue. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. All right. So here's the John Wick. We come out of a BLT trigger line cross. Had a little bit of consternation, came back in, tested the trigger lines again, and went from blue to silver. All right, so same thing applies here. Blue to silver, there's no white down arrow. The only thing that's red here is the volume indicator. Everything else, blue trend magic, blue panel, red pullback. So on these, I'm either going to, depending on how deep it is, I'll more than likely just trigger like the 3 close long. So you can get long second or third close up in these blue, silver, blue, or red, silver, red. 2 to 3 closes up. You can do whatever you want to. This is how I trade it. So ever how you want to interpret this stuff, it's clearly up to you. If you think it's all garbage, that's fine too. No issue at all. All right, listen, I think that's it for installment 1. I will make all this stuff available in the room as we move forward. We'll have all the installments piecemeal by piecemeal. I will have I should have a comprehensive manual, Optimus manual, by the end of September. Hey, we'll go from there. So hopefully this is going to help us trade in the room, and I'll make everything available a little bit later tonight, and then I shall see everyone in the room at the opening bell tomorrow. So thanks for tuning in. Just drop me a line if I can help explain anything that I covered here regarding the John Wicks. All right. Good luck in your trading.